In my 6.5 years of sobriety, there's two things that have made me second guess and question my sobriety. All right, only two. All right, that's not that many things, but there are two big things that might make somebody relapse, will make somebody relapse. If you're not strong enough and your priorities aren't set straight enough, you will relapse because of these two things. They can be very difficult. They fall under the same category. All right, so when you think about why you would want to get sober in the first place, obviously it's because you've hit some bad points, you've hit rock bottom, you've hit a wall in life where you just can't take it anymore.
Reported ahead on I-64 East in a quarter mile. You're still on the fastest route.
Awesome. You've hit a wall, there's nowhere else to turn, you can't take it anymore. Normally those are some of the reasons why somebody would get sober. Very rarely does somebody just get sober because they're just like, something fun to do, let's do it. Now, a lot of people never started off life being a big drinker or addict in any way, so it's something that they never got into. Which, man, I wish I was one of them people, because I'd have a completely different perspective on everything, you know. But since us addicts and alcoholics and, you know, whatever, partiers, we've been there, we're wired differently, you know what I mean? Our mentality is not the same, you know what I mean? Especially when we go into those environments, it can be a bit awkward, you know what I mean? And for those people who have never been a partier, that like to party without the substances, they like to party without it, and they don't know any different. So it's not difficult for them to not drink. They're just, I just don't like it, but I love the party life and da-da-da, you know. So, you know, more power to those people, man. But unfortunately, if you're watching this, you might not be one of those people, and that's okay, you know what I mean? Everybody's got their different journey, man. And everybody on this planet has a different story, different journey, different way of living, different trauma. We all have completely, just because our trauma might be from substances or that lifestyle in the streets, or whether it's prison or whatever it is, overdose, family members dying, their trauma could be something way different, could be even worse. All right, remember that too, you know what I mean? So think about, sometimes just be grateful that, like I said, you pick your heart. It being difficult to not drink or smoke and, you know, party anymore. Like I said, there's way worse things that people are going through. You know what I mean? So we just gotta remind ourselves of the blessing that we've been through. We get to live life for what it is, and not in disguise, not with a mask on. You know, so be grateful for that we got over that hump, where we can appreciate all the small things in life. Man, that's my biggest perk to being sober, appreciating the small things. You know what I mean? Man, I love just waking up every day feeling the same. I feel the same every day, you know what I mean? Inclinewear.com, y'all. I don't have my brand on right now, but I have a clothing line, Incline. It holds me accountable to the meaning behind the brand. I'd love to see you represent it. Incline your life. It represents going uphill, moving forward, being a better person, moving uphill, forward progress, just overcoming obstacles. Everybody can relate to that. It's how I got started on my journey. It was my first gig, starting a clothing line. Started coming out with t-shirts. I'm super passionate about it. 4 years later, I'm still rocking out with it, and it means everything to me. So that's a big part of my sobriety, and staying accountable to what my brand means to me. Anyway, all right, back to the two hard things. But I want to know what your two hardest things are. If you were sober, share with the people some things that might be hard for them, you know, when they're going into their sobriety journey or working on getting sober. The two hardest things for me, because I'm a social person and I love women, are dating and parties and vacations, which all friendships, all falls into the same category, which is a big enough reason, like I said, to make somebody relapse. They can't handle it. They can't take the heat, the pressure. You know what I mean? Women is a hard thing. There's a lot of women who like to drink, like to party. I don't, which is normal. Drinking is a normal thing. I'm just somebody who couldn't handle it. And hey, if I were to start drinking now, maybe I could handle it. I was a different person back then. I hated being sober. But I got over that hump in life. Maybe I'd be able to control myself now. Maybe I'm not, wouldn't be addicted. Who knows? But I've came too far, and I'm not going back. Not right now, at least. I got too much to do, too much to accomplish, and I don't need the distraction in my life right now. So yeah, women, man, they a lot of them like to drink. Everybody does it, man. So, if we're dating and oh my God, you're beautiful. You got everything going for you. You're still motivated and disciplined and determined to succeed and all this and that. And you got a good job, good career, but you like to drink and party, which a lot of people like that, have that balance. They shouldn't care, that you don't drink. They actually admire it even more. They have this perspective from what I've experienced, is that you're this man who, or women, it could be the opposite. I'm just a man, so I'm speaking from my experience, that you're this perfect good boy who stays in the house while they're out partying, and let them go out and party. And then when they come home to you, and you're just waiting for them in bed, reading your book like a good boy. They love that. Playing your video game, whatever you do. So they shouldn't care about that. If they do, if they call you boring, you're with an immature girl anyway. So like I said, it's difficult, because not because they care, but because I wish some nights I could be like, yo, let's go have a drink. But instead it's, let me get you a drink, I'm gonna eat my food. Boom. They love it. And nothing wrong with them having their drink. So that'll work itself out. If you're a good dude, man, you'll bring other qualities to the table that's not drinking with them. So friendships can be difficult. All my friends are in the gym. I haven't been in my journey. I haven't been into the AA world. Sorry, my shoulder's getting tired from holding, so I'm switching around. I haven't been in the AA community. A lot of people, like my sister, for example, has been sober 3 years. She loves that community. That's how she got sober. Me, I got sober in the gym community. All the trainers drink and party. Everybody in the gym still, you'd be surprised how much fitness people party. They just have a better balance. They prioritize their lifts and their working out as well, which is awesome, and it's something I wish and I admire. I was always one way or the other though, so it wasn't something that I could do. But for example, one of the hardest things in my life, a big test, and I got another one coming up soon. I think it'll be a lot easier. I know how to handle it now. I won a trip through my gym to Cancun last year. And this is something that you should listen to. For 7 days, 6 days, 5 nights, 6 days, something like that. It was a long time. I was in the middle of a big party. The only one who didn't drink. The whole trip was revolved around partying. You're in Cancun on a resort it's a company trip, and all these cats get hammered. The higher ups, the CEOs, the owners, everybody. So you just now I got to tell my story. That was really cool. I got to stand up in front of hundreds and hundreds of people and tell my story, and I got a lot of respect from it. So that kept me going throughout the trip. Everybody was, most people, a lot of people were asking if I was good, if I needed anything a lot of the time, but still I couldn't help. It's not like they were going to stop the party because I wasn't taking shots with them. So a lot of the time I was kind of, standing off to the side, because it's, you got to face it. You're not going to be able to get to that same level in those environments as somebody who's been drinking. They naturally are going to be loud and ready. Bah! You're not going to be like that when you're sober, man. And and they might be like, come on, you don't need alcohol to have fun. And, you can say, well, then you try it then. They don't know what you've been through, so you don't have to explain anything to anybody. I'm telling you right now, you don't have
Stay in the left 3 lanes.
anything to prove. They don't know you. They don't know what you've been through. So just disregard any negative bullshit that anybody says in those environments. You know, for example, a couple months ago, I was at a little get-together at a nightclub, a little dance thing, and there was a girl who said she didn't know I was sober, which is cool. And she, you know, I thought I was being fine, but she said, "You need some tequila." And you know, did it bother me? I mean, not really, but I still like, damn, made me like question my social, you know, my personality a little bit. That's the only thing that could, damn, like, am I boring? You know what I'm saying? I'm showing that I'm a boring person right now. That's the only thing that, and I wish I could have that much energy at 1 a.m. at a dance club sober, like the people drinking. You know, it's just not, and I'm not gonna fake it. And then you look stupid if they just try to fake it, like you're super into something that you're not. You'll wear that all over you. So don't, you know, be yourself in those environments. Choose the right people, and the biggest thing that keeps me going is staying busy and staying productive. And I have my mind set on, you know, being the best I can be, you know, physically, growing financially. I'm chasing goals, so that keeps me going, you know what I mean? And people admire that whether they let you know or not, you know what I mean? They respect it, they do. Even though you just got to deal with some of those awkward situations. They're not going to be all the time, and over time it gets better, man. It does. Like I go out and play some poker some nights with some friends from the gym. Everybody knows me now. I bring my non-alcoholic beer. I have my coffee with me. Food. Find what works for you. Find the things that can, you know, have something in your hand, sparkling water, whatever. You know, just monitor your friends and who you're around. And those are going to be the 2 hardest things that you might have to deal with. Now, if anybody has any other things that they deal with, man, let us know in the comments what to expect, you know, when you're getting sober, so we can all kind of help each other here. So I appreciate y'all tuning in always. Much love to everybody on my channel watching. Much love.
In 2 miles, take exit